how you're working. And I really love this thing doing in the breakout room exercises. Okay, being said that, let's we will work into that and we'll see how we can do that. If anyone has any question they would like to ask, they can. The most important thing in this session is your team, how you correspond with each other, how you work into that. So uh, team one is Amir, Suhail, Abid, Hayat, Anjum, Bensi, Fareed, Adnan, Shalinder, Yusuf, Zaman, Ramkumar. Team two, Amjad,
Yes, yes.
Farheen, Mahfouz, Mazhar. Let's start with team one. Your time starts 15 minutes. Now, please start
15
sharing.
minutes. Counting down.
Recording in progress.
Okay. So your time starts now. Please start sharing. Okay.
Adnan, can you zoom it a bit more?
Okay.
So actually, we have started with the phases wise, the project management.
Whatever your way is,
Okay.
just I'm not here. I'm gonna actually hide myself so that you can explain it to your friends. I'm not here.
Okay. So in pre-initiation stage, we make benefit management plan and business case. After in initiation stage, we make project charter. Yeah, project charter, assumption log, and
Collaboration,
stakeholder
and then there's
register.
individual interaction.
Please, Anjum, go ahead. I muted everyone else. Ji Anjum, continue. I
These
muted
three
everyone
things,
else. Yeah.
business case, project charter, they can never be changed once they are fixed. Idnan, can you do it? Yeah.
Guys, your clock
In
is running.
stakeholder register.
Your clock is running, so a little bit speed up is
Yeah.
preferable.
Okay, stakeholder register, we have to identify stakeholders on the basis of prioritize the stakeholders and categorize the stakeholders. Identify stakeholders on the basis of PESTEL, EEP, OPAs, interviews, and focus group and workshops. And then prioritize on the basis of their influence. We use risk management metrics, power interest metrics, then stakeholder cube, salience model. Yeah. In the categorization process, we categorize the stakeholders. Like there are upward stakeholders, downward stakeholders, sideways stakeholders, internal and external. It's over to you, Adnan.
Okay. So in planning phase, we basically have the stakeholder management plan that comes where we basically make the stakeholder engagement matrix and what is the engagement, basically what is basically the engagement of the stakeholder, that is current engagement and the desired engagement, whether we make them to have from desired, like they are at the sportive and we are making them to the leading stage, that comes under the stakeholder engagement matrix. So and then we have the communication management plan as well. Here basically we have the 4 R of the communication, where we have right information for the right people at the right time to have the right impact, and the 4 W and 1 H, that what information is required, where it is required, why, whom, and how it will be delivered. And we have the type of communication that basically there are 3 types of communication, that is push, pull, and interactive. And in the communication management plan, we have basically the communication model, that is basically sender, and then information is given to the receiver, and then receiver gives the feedback, and it all comes back to the sender. So in after the communication management plan, we have the risk management plan. Risk management plan, we have basically the risk register and then risk management plan. For the risk register, we basically identify, prioritize risk. We have the risk response and then the issue log. In identify, how basically we identify the risk, we have same method like we have identified the stakeholders, like we have PESTEL, EF, OPAs, expert advice, and facilitated workshops. And in the prioritize risk, we have basically two ways to prioritize the risk. That is, one is the quantitative and the other one is the qualitative. Qualitative risk, basically we have probability impact matrix, and then we define which is the very low risk, medium risk, and high and very high risk. And in quantitative, we have basically different tools quantitatively categorize the risk. That is influence diagram, decision tree, tornado diagram, Monte Carlo analysis. In decision tree, we have basically EMB. And in the risk responses, we have basically two response. That is, one is the proactive response, and then the other one is the reactive response. For the proactive response, we have two types of risk. Like we have positive risk, that is also called opportunity, and the negative risk. For the positive risk, we basically exploit, enhance, and basically share the opportunity. And for the negative risk, we go for the avoid, mitigate, and transfer the risk. In the reactive approach, we basically have two type of approaches. One is active approach, and the second is passive. In active, we after trigger, the risk owner basically responds to it. If it goes above the response, we have the contingency plan. If it also doesn't work, we have the fallback plan. And after the risk, we have the resource management plan. In resource management plan, basically we have the team chartered, and where we have basically set the ground rule, decision values, VN and values. And and also in the resource management plan, we have document ladder diagram, that we found the stages of the team that have arrived. Like if it first stage is forming, where the team is just started to come and they are basically working in their style. And the second stage is when they basically have started working and the conflicts start occurring. It is called the storming phase. And the third is the norming, where basically they settle down their conflicts and start moving on. And after the third stage comes the performing, where all team members are performing, and after the performing comes the adjourning. And alongside the document ladder, we have basically motivational theories like halo effect. That halo effect explains that if a person is good at one thing, he would be good at other things as well. Maslow hierarchy theory, and the Heisenberg two-factor theory, like motivational factors and hygiene factor. And the last one is the Greger theory. And in conflict management, we have basically 5 levels of the conflict. Like first, where the team members are basically communicating or basically having a conversation, and they are trying to solve the problem. That is the level 1 of a conflict. At the level 2, they basically disagree with each other, and level 3 is the contest. And at the 4th, we have the crusade, and the 5th one is World War. Here we basically divide the team and manage the risk. So from here on, Yusuf, can you please explain the other part?
Yeah, so after this, we did the procurement management plan, and we have in procurement management plan, we have PSOW and bidding. Then we have to do the bidding conference after that, and then we have to do the procurement of conduct, and where we do like RFIs and request for quotation and request for proposals, and then we do negotiation, and finally we do the agreement. And in source and selection, we have like fixed scope, variable scope, and time and material. In fixed scope, we do like FFPC and the FPIC, and in the variable scope, we again have to see what's the variable scope, and for that we try CPFF and CPFFPI and cost plus award fee. And in the time and material, we just do risk on buyers. And in the third thing in the procurement management was control procurement, how we control the procurement, how we manage the deliverables, we do the audit and inspection, and then accept or reject. And in the scope management, we have again what are the required documents, what is the like functional, non-functional, stakeholder, quality, and then we do a traceability matrix with where we have different like the WHO, what KPI and status. We do scope planning. In scope planning, we do like document analysis, alternate analysis, product analysis, and expert judgment. And then we validate the scope, accepted deliverables or rejected deliverables. After that, we were actually short on time, so we couldn't finalize the remaining thing like cost baseline.
This is good. No, you don't have to explain what you haven't made. So this is good. This is really good. Very well done, team one. I really liked it. How you guys have managed that time and how each team member participated. Very well done. So round of applause for team one. Okay, let's go for the team two. Team two is Amjad Kayani, Farheen, Sayyed, Mahfouz, Mazhar, Najindra, Yogesh, Shokat Ali. G team two, please share yours.
Hi guys, this is Nagendra here sharing.
Sure.
As a team, since we had like time constraint, we decided to go only on the high.
Guys, I don't want to hear time constraint. 60 minutes is a good time. Let's go with that.
Got it. So we started off with pre-initiation. We were able to complete on business case and benefit management plan. Moving on to the initiation phase, we added a project charter, assumption log, and stakeholder registrator. After that, we started working on planning. In the planning, we started with a stakeholder management plan, SMP. Here we identified stakeholder identification, stakeholder prioritization, which is a metrics of low power, high power, low in the interest rate, etc. Later, we added salience model, which is a stakeholder cube. We added stakeholder engagement plan, which is strategies, stakeholder engagement metrics. Also, we had a UR and SL. Moving on to the communication management plan, we were able to add 4 R's model, which is pull, push, and interactive. We also had communication technologies, also a type of communication like formal or informal as well. For the resource management plan, we started with acquire, which is the Tuckman ladder. We had storming, forming, norming, performing at journey. Then we started with development, which is training, skill assessment, and team charter. Under team charter, we added ground rules. Ground rules are subdivided into conflict, which is conflict management plan, vision, mission, etc. Moving on, we had under manage, we were able to add conflict management levels, which comes from level 1 to level 4, diversity, resource calendar, emotional intelligence. We subdivided emotional intelligence into empathy, motivation, which are theories, social skills, self-management, and self-awareness. Also, as a release underneath that. Under quality management plan, we are able to subdivide it into cost of quality, cost of conformance, cost of non-conformance, quality metrics, implement, which is subdivided into audit, checklist, and 7-point TD. We added root cause analysis, fishbone diagram, histogram, flow charts, scatter diagram under the quality management plan. Moving on from quality management, we started working with procurement, which is for procurement, we added fixed scope, selection criteria, contract agreement, PSOW negotiation. So statement of work, that is a procurement statement of work. For fixed scope, we subdivided into contract type. Under contract type, we had fixed price, time and material, cost plus reward fee. For fixed price, there's like fixed price plus incentive or cost plus incentive or fixed price plus CPA, etc. Moving on for scope, we added the scope baseline, subdivided it with performance baseline, WBS, which is a control account, planning package, code of account, work package, and WBS dictionary there is. Under scope, requirement traceability metrics, project statement scope, scope creep, and goal plating. These are for the high level terminology which we just started added. We also had an agile framework like assumptions we added, just like 4 of the agile terms: customer collaboration over contract negotiation, working software over comprehensive documentation, individual interaction over process and tools, respond to change over following a plan. Moving on, we added a schedule. Under the schedule, we started off with a schedule baseline, which is a performance baseline. Then schedule management plan, which is an agile, waterfall, and hybrid, whichever we choose depending on the ones we work on. We had a work package. Under work package, we subdivided with activity list, that is sequence of activities, precedence network diagram, or dependencies like start, stop, start to start, finish to start, start to finish, and finish to finish, lead, lag, and float. We worked on a calculating duration of activity. That is, it can either be analogous, parametric, triangle distribution, beta distribution, or a 3-point, which comes as optimistic, pessimistic, and most likely. Work package relationships, we had estimation added, which is a critical part. Either can be fast tracking or crashing, float, lead, and last. We also added variance for schedule, that is a SPI, performance index. Moving on, we worked on with cost, which is a cost baseline, project budget, and cost management plan. For the cost baseline, we added performance baseline, cost of activity plus a contingency reserve for the cost baseline, or an approved budget. Under project budget, we have approved budget plus management reserve. For cost management plan, we had threshold, tolerance, funding reconciliation limit, and cost variance. Moving on from cost, we started with this risk management plan, in which in the first we identified the risk, which can be positive, negative, or risk acceptance. Under the positive, it can be exploit, enhance, share, escalate. If it is a negative risk, we can avoid, mitigate, escalate, or transfer it. For risk acceptance, we had active acceptance and passive acceptance. Under active, we like make plans, use contingency reserve to implement. If it comes under passive acceptance, there's no plans, no work. There should be workaround, and we use management resource for that. After identify, we start with the review, and after review, we prioritize. Under prioritize, we subdivide into qualitative and quantitative. Qualitative is more like influence diagrams, sensitive analysis, and etc. Risk register. For risk, we had risk appetite, risk threshold, and risk tolerance. There's risk audit and risk report also under risk. For coming towards execution, we had direct and management product work, which is a deliverable, or managed product knowledge, which comes under new learning and OPS. We also have managed quality, like a quality PMP, which is a quality check and acceptance. Quality checks is like more at inspection and verified deliverables, etc. Under resource management, we have acquire resources, develop them, training, and etc. Manage communication, we have technologies, tools as in PMIS, and equipment. This is the one we have.
That's it?
That is a max we could finish under time.
Okay. So that is the entire mind map for your group, right?
Yes.
So why you are only explaining it? Was it? It was not a group exercise. And
yeah, we did not decide who's going to start. We haven't talked about
I categorically mentioned that it has to be a group exercise. So why did you explain the entire thing? That does not make sense to me. I categorically said that it's a group. As a team once said that at least 4 to 5 people, there are 10 people. So what I can think, Najindra, from a one-man perspective, nobody else participated. You are only making it and nobody else gave any input. Is that so?
Like input was provided by the team. I'm like a main
No.
person
So
who's like
why
a
no?
interactive for this.
Why they
That's
are
the only
not here to
reason.
explain that thing? No? Everyone, you are not the only one who need to clear PMP, right?
That was a mistake. We did not
Yeah.
make a
No,
decision like who's going
I
to
did
be
not
shared.
understand. Like I specifically said that one person should not do it. At least 4 to 5% should do it. This is not good. Not good at all. Okay. Let's see for the team three. Team three. Furkan, Kamran, Akbar, Raman, Naveed, Shaheen, Shafiq, Saim, Kamal, Kapil. Please share your breakout. Please share your mind map.
Yes, sure. So under PMP, first comes the pre-initiation. In pre-initiation, we did the need assessment, which include a business case and benefit management plan. And then there is initiation. In initiation, there comes the project charter, assumption log, and stakeholder register. Now then comes the planning. Under the planning, first we mentioned the stakeholder planning. Under the stakeholder planning, first we identify the stakeholder, collect the stakeholder using the focus group, facilitation, EEF and OPA or expert judgment, etc. Also. So then we classify the stakeholder. So we classify the stakeholder as internal, external, lower. Here is upper. That is mistake. Then we prioritize the stakeholder. After we classify and identify them, then we prioritize them. So prioritized is done on the basis of power and interest metrics, which include high power, high interest. We need to manage them closely. High power, low interest. We need to satisfy them. Low power, low interest. We just need to monitor them. Low power, high interest. We need to inform them. Then there is a power grid also. Then there is a silence model also. Then under the stakeholder, there is a stakeholder management plan. Under the stakeholder management plan, the main tool we use is the stakeholder management matrix, where the way we do is if the stakeholder is unaware, we need to make him aware. If he is resistant, we need to make him neutral, and from neutral, we have to make him supportive or leader. Then comes the communication. Communication. So then there is a 4 C's of communication. We need to have the clarity. We need to consider all the stakeholders. We need to have the curiosity. We need to be cohesive with each other. Then there is a type of communication. There is a pull communication, and interactive communication. Then there is a communication management plan. In communication management plan, just 4 hours of communication, right information at right time to right people with the right impact. Then there is a communication model. Then there is encoder.
Okay, Raman, I am gonna stop you also. Are you alone gonna explain the entire?
No. I'm gonna
No,
finish
no.
here. The other person gonna
Okay.
explain the agile. It's
Yes,
not like I'm.
Yeah.
Yes,
Otherwise, I
like,
would end the
No, no,
entire
no.
exercise
No,
of
no,
mind
no.
map.
Our
No,
team.
Yeah,
No.
okay.
Don't worry. I'm gonna.
we will explain.
There is that the person is brilliant in agile. We
Okay.
have that person
Okay.
there. He gonna
Okay.
explain it.
Okay.
Communication model. There is an encoder. Then there is a the receiver. So when we send the information, there is transmitting, and then when the receiver is there, we give the feedback. Then there is a medium, and the channel and the noise is also there. Now comes the agile, and I will just pass on to my friend.
Yes, okay, I am explaining. Okay, can you please increase the size?
Yes.
Yeah. Little bit down.
I could share with you. You could. Yeah.
Okay. I am like, give me the control.
Yeah. Just have that.
Okay.
This person is brilliant in agile.
No, I am not. Okay,
Yeah,
in the
kind of.
agile. Okay, yeah, okay. In the agile, we have four values and 12 principles, and we are not going to explain more of them just for the time. And other than that, we have a practices in agile, which are like Scrum, Kanban, Lean, XP. Oh, wait. I'm having a difficulty in
Let me help you. Let me help
Yeah,
you.
please manage. You can manage. I can just explain.
Yes, go from here.
Okay, go to Agile. Okay, in the Scrum, in the practice of Scrum, we have three roles, which is PO, Product Owner, Development Team, and the Scrum Master. And we have 5 events, which is the sprint and the sprint planning, daily stand-up, sprint review, and retrospective. In the sprint, we have first we start with the zero sprint, which is actually an architectural sprint. It have and every sprint we decide that it can be a duration of 1 to 4 weeks, and we also have a one more sprint that we didn't mention. It is hardened sprint, and then it comes to the sprint planning and daily stand up and review. We explain the review. In review, sprint review, we accept the deliverables. If we accept it, then the client accept the deliverable, then it go to the product increment or checked it, then it will go to the product backlog. And then here comes the sprint retrospective, where we set the stage and we gather. Then we do the RCA and note down the importance that what need to be corrected in the future and for the other sprint. And we make that decision and we just close those. Then after that, we have 3 artifacts, which is product backlog, sprint backlog, and the product increment. In the product backlog, we have an epic, then which is a big user story. We divide into user stories, break them. Every user story is like a three C's, which is a card, conversation, and the confirmation criteria. And the product backlog, we also have a story point estimation, and for that we use the ideal odds, affinity estimation, and Fibonacci theory. If we have a conflict in those, then we use the wideband Delphi, or we use the planning poker for those. And then in sprint product backlog, we do the prioritization. For that, we use the Moscow 100 points, high risk and high value. And although the sprint, the second artifact is sprint backlog and the product increment. Product increment we already explained above in the sprint review, and it will be only those PPIs will be included in those which are accepted, right? And then we have information radiators, which can be a task board, Kanban board, burn up chart, and the burn down chart. Is there anything, Raman, we mentioned here?
We are done with it. Okay, we classify into Kanban, Lean, and Experience Scrum, and you explain
Yes.
the Scrum. Yes.
Yeah.
Now, team. You want to go with the team? Please go with the team.
Okay, no problem. Okay, in the team, first the team mentioned that we go with the Tuckman ladder team constellation, which you have a 5 stages: the forming, storming, then norming, performing, and adjourning. In the forming stage, the part owners like more just the team is just settling up. In the storming stage, that they're having a conflict, and where we use different problem solving or disagreement or those kind of things. Please scroll up.
Sorry.
Yeah, when we have a conflict, there are 5 levels of conflict in the storming stage, which are the level 1 is problem solving, then disagreement, then contest. We have contest, then 4 level. The 4 level is crusade, and the 5th level is a world war. And then we have a managed conflict techniques, which are collaboration and smoothing and accommodating, then directive, and then compromising, or then withdraw and avoid. Then in the norming, the team is set together, settling up and knowing each other, where the PM most like act as a mentor. Then in the performing team, just get a self-independent and do perform and do other works. And here the partner more like a delegate and adjourning. When a team member is left the team, and we again we need to coach and mentor the team again. And also in the team, we create a team charter, which mostly have the team ground rules, work ethics, how to work on those, and those kind of things we mentioned in the team charter. Then we have a emotional intelligence, where we do with the PM self-awareness, know yourself, and self-control, then social skills and empathy and social. Sorry. Can you please, Raman, explain further? My voice is just getting low and low.
No.
Please.
Yes, then there are the theories which we include. The first is the Maslow hierarchy of need, where there is first we go with the psychological, then security, then acceptance, then further self-esteem, and then the self-actualization. Then there is a hygiene or the motivational theory. Then there is an X and Y theory, where either there is an authorization or there is, as a servant leader, we tell the team to do whatever they want in the Y. Then there is a halo effect, and there is an expectancy theory. Then further, under the resource management plan, then we try to see that the training need assessment, that who need the training and that thing, and then we just mention the rewards and recognition, which is very important, so that it's always boosted up. And then there is also in the resource we divided the resource into 4 things: manpower, machinery, material, money. And here we usually go with as a team in the manpower only. Then there is risk. Our risk, there is a type of risk. There are high risk, medium risk, low risk, and then there is risk appetite, threshold, tolerance, risk averse, whether the person is like running away from the risk, the organization risk seeker, the organization is they always want to explore risk, or risk neutral. So there is a tool which we use in the risk management plan, that is the probability and impact metrics. Based on that only, we just classify them as high, medium, or low. Then there is an analysis of the risk, which is done on the basis of qualitative and quantitative. Under quantitative, we have the tornado. Then there is the influence tornado diagram. Then there is decision tree, Monte Carlo simulation is there. Then there is the strategies to control the risk. There are 2 types of that is on the basis of positive and negative risk. If there is a positive risk, we use the strategy of enhancing, exploiting, sharing. And if there is a negative risk, we mitigate, avoid, and transfer. Then there is acceptance also, that is the positive and negative, active and passive acceptance. If there is an active acceptance, we just that is on the basis of contingency reserve, and if the passive is there, we use the management reserve in them. Then what else? Yeah. Then our stakeholder, we explain the stakeholder. Communication is left. Guys, who want to take over? Hello?
Raman, you did communication. Raman, you did communication before.
Yes, so that was, I think,
Yeah.
all that we were able to.
You were explaining, but I was listening. Okay. So good, better, a little bit more coordination maybe helped in a way that you should have decided who would do which part of the area. Okay, but we'll see the next time. G and batch group 4: Ali, Bhaskar, Manasa, Mustafa, Ajmer, Ali Aman, Bilal Ahmed. G guys.
Yeah, Amir. So I'm going to share my screen and start off first.
Manasa, first tell me who are the other people who are gonna coordinate with you, or are you alone gonna? Yeah.
No, I think Sangeeta is there. Sangeeta, and then
And who else? Ajmer will do with you. Ali Aman, Bilal.
Yeah.
Who will do?
I think Ajmer. Mohammed. I think Mohammed. I don't remember the name.
And Banerjee.
Banerjee. Okay. Yeah.
I don't see it. Okay. Okay. Go ahead, please.
Let's start.
Please share your screen, sister.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah. We can, it's coming. Go ahead.
Okay. So first we started off with the different types of organizations. So it's like project-oriented, functional, and the matrix organization. So in the project-oriented, the project manager has full power. So whereas in the functional organization, where project manager has zero power, which is mostly a project expeditor. And then in the matrix organization, we have like strong, weak, and balanced matrix. And then coming to the different types of PMOs, we have like supportive PMO, directive, and the controlling, where supportive provides all the materials templates, where the directive is like project manager has not have much control, where project management office has a full control. And the controlling PMO, so they do audits. And then coming to the project management. So we have a portfolio management where we have like different projects, programs, and the operations team. And coming to the project, so we start off with the initiation, planning, and then execution, monitoring and control, and closing. Coming to the initiation, so we have like business case and the benefit management plan. So under the business case, which is like a tangible, and then intangible factor is like benefit management plan. And at the initiation, we have the project charter, assumption log, and the stakeholder register. So we have the project charter approval, then we update the assumption log, and we identify the stakeholders. So we identify the stakeholders by interviewing them, expert judgment, different OPAs like policies, procedures, and we identify them based on the power interest grid. So we have like high power. Sorry? Someone is talking. Okay. So then in the power interest grid, we have like high power, high interest, which is basically a
Manasa,
sponsor.
your
We
screen is not moving.
Oh, really?
Yeah, your
Is
screen.
it
Yeah,
moving now?
now it's moving. Okay.
Okay, let me. So high power, high interest. So this is basically the sponsor. We manage them closely. And then low power, high interest. These are media people. We keep them informed. And low power, low interest is like kitchen staff or the security guards, where we keep them in the watch list. And the high power, low interest is basically the government. We keep them satisfied. And then coming to the planning, so we have a stakeholder engagement plan, communication management plan, resource management plan, scope, risk management plan, everything. So let's start off with the stakeholder engagement plan. So here we evaluate the engagement level of each stakeholder. So we wanted to bring them from current status to their desired status, where we always want all the stakeholders to be supportive. And then in the communication management plan, we have like 4 R's: right time, right people, right information. And then coming to the resource management plan, we have like we identify the resources based on the SWOT analysis, their strength, weakness, and opportunity and threat. And then we have a Tuckman ladder. So where we form the teams in the different stages, where we have like forming, where the project manager is directive in nature, and storming, where the project manager is more of an agile coach and an active listener. And in the norming phase, the project manager is more of a mentor. And in the performing stage, the project manager is a delegator. And in the adjourning, the project manager is more of an agile coach. And then we have Maslow's hierarchy. And then we have like theory X and theory Y, Halo effect, Machiavelli's theory. And then we have a reality chart where we determine the roles and responsibilities of who is responsible, accountable, consult, and inform. And then we have in the risk management plan, we have like schedule variance, cost variance, where we determine the schedule performance index. If it is greater than 1, then we make sure that it is within schedule. If it is less than 1, then we determine it as a behind the schedule. And coming to the cost performance index, so if it's like more than 1, it means we are over budget. Sorry, within budget. If it's less than 1, we say it's over budget. Then we have a risk register. So we identify the risk, and we have the risk identification based on the PESTEL, EF, and OPAs, and we categorize them based on qualitative and quantitative analysis. So in the quantitative analysis, we have all this influence diagram, tornado diagram, Monte Carlo analysis, all those things. And then the procurement management plan. So here we decided it's a make or a buy, and we have like a different types of contracts. So it's like firm fixed, fixed priced, and firm fixed incentive price. And this is like firm fixed economic price. And then we have like source selection and the procurement statement of work. And then we have the quality management. So Sangeeta or someone can take over.
Shaukat Ali?
Yeah.
Yeah, please, Shaukat Ali. I think he's mute. Shaukat Ali, yeah. Shaukat Ali is mute.
Shaukat, unmute yourself, brother. Okay, Ajmal, maybe you can take it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take Agile portion, sir. Yeah. Manasam, you go to Agile, yeah.
No, Agile I will take, no. That was we discussed, right?
Oh, okay, Panaji, right? Then you take Agile, yeah. Part will take, yeah. Go to Agile, ma'am. Panaji, you do it.
Go to Agile, I think I'm not able to see. Okay, Agile actually it represents a project management and there's a product development approach that champions flexibility. And basically, for project to be Agile, it has got two characteristics. One is the incremental delivery, and the second is the iterative cycle. Now, in Agile, we have got 4 values. The 4 values are customer collaboration, over contract negotiation, individual interaction, over process and tools, working solutions, over comprehensive documentation, responding to change, over plan. And we have got 12 principles. And further to that, we have got 4 benefits of Agile, which is accelerated delivery, enhanced quality, customer satisfaction, then the flexibility. We have got greater flexibility, improved communication, and sustainability. And if we look at into the Agile, then we go what is Scrum. It is a most popular Agile framework. We have got 3 roles in Scrum. One is the product owner, then second is the Scrum master, third is the development team. In product owner, the product owner represents the interest of the stakeholder, and he defines the product backlog. He has the power to cancel the sprint. Then we have got the Scrum master. The Scrum master ensures that the processes is followed. He removes obstacles and he fosters the Agile practice. He is basically a servant type of a servant leader. Last is the development team. This is a cross-functional team which carries work to deliver the increments. Then we have got the Scrum artifacts. We have got 3 Scrum artifacts. We have got that is product backlog, sprint backlog, and increment. In product backlog, all the desired features are prioritized by the product owner, which is called the grooming of the product. Then we have got the sprint backlog. It is a subset of the product backlog. It is selected for the current sprint. Then every sprint has got its own sprint backlog, and we prioritize it. And then we have got the increment, the potentially shippable part at the end of each sprint. Then we have got Scrum ceremonies. We have got 5 Scrum ceremonies. They are the sprint planning, daily Scrum, sprint review, sprint retrospective, and then last is a sprint. Then we have got the information radius. We have got 4 information radius. One is a one-down chart, one is a one-up chart. We have got task boards and we have Kanban boards. And above that, we have got the story points, velocity. These are additional Scrum concepts we generally added, like the story points, velocity, the estimation technique, the spike, and all those things.
So now, Ajmer, I guess you need to do.
Yes, that's all in this.
Okay, that's all.
Yeah, let me take the 12 principles of the Agile, sir. Yeah, satisfy the customer. We have to welcome the change and deliver frequently, like face-to-face communication to be done, and we have to motivate the people, like trust and support, and like working software over the comprehensive document, like sustainable development, like slowly or one by one, like that is a sustainable development we can call it as. And then continuous attention to the technicality and documentation, and Pareto principle says like simplicity, then self-organizing team to be developed, and then lesson learned, reflect or adjust. This is the 12 principles of the this Agile. Thank you, Manasa ma'am.
Okay, I guess that's it from your side, guys.
No, there's a lot more
Okay,
from
please.
it. So we have the quality management plan, procurement, scope management plan. and some
Shaukat
of-
Ali supposed to, because he
No,
told he will
yeah, he is not doing. Manasa, please continue. Yeah.
Okay. So the next is like quality management plan. So we have like a standards and the cost of quality. So under cost of quality, we have like cost of conformance and cost of non-conformance. Cost of conformance is the amount that we spend to avoid the risk, and this is the amount that we spend because of the failure. And then in the scope management plan, we have like product requirements and the project requirements. In the project requirement, we have the work breakdown structure. So on the scope baseline, we'll have the work breakdown structure has like code of accounts, planning package, work package, and the control accounts. And so the scope baseline consists of basically the project scope statement, work breakdown structure, dictionary, and the code of accounts. And then we have like a requirement management plan, schedule management plan, and the conflict management plan, which we couldn't complete
but you did a good job. Very well done. I really appreciate how you guys managed that team, and your mind map was one of the most. I loved it. That's a very good job. So very well done, team four. Okay,
Thank
team
you.
five. Last but not least, Amaya, Ahmad, Fatima, Raza, Yannick, Munis. I expect a lot from you guys. G, who is gonna share that? Okay, Fatima. Ji Fatma, you need to change the screen, sister. Yeah, now fine. Please share. Your time starts now. Fatma, we cannot hear you. Fatma, if you are talking, we cannot hear you, sister. Nope. Fatima, guys, can you hear Fatima? Maybe problem in my mic. Oh, you need to unmute yourself.
No, I
Okay.
think we can't hear.
Yeah.
Fatima.
Fatima, please, now to start, try talking. Hey, Fatima. Why you? Yeah, try doing that.
She can mute.
No, she muted it, unmuted. Fatima, unmute yourself. See if it works. Yeah, try talking. But your mic worked in the breakout room. So, guys, Fatima, you try again after 1 minute before I ask you a question. So, where you will document this problem? Where you will document this problem? In which document? The question is that Fatma were trying to share her mind map, but during the session, it did not work. So, where you will put it? Issue log, risk register.
She logged, right?
Who is talking?
Start.
Please put in the chat box. You see everyone else put in the chat box. Okay. Yeah. So issue log, risk register, lesson learn register, or risk management plan. G, where would you put it? Issue log. Now, Fatima, if we don't want to have this problem in future in the same project, where we will put it? If we don't want to have the problem in the same project, where we will put it? Risk register. Issue log. No, Musa, not at all. It's risk register. No, Vishal, risk. If we want to put it for the future project, Yogesh, if we want to put in the for future project, then it is lesson learn register. Maybe Fatima, try to leave the meeting and join again, and then it will work. Maybe try it. Okay. So guys, this is how you make a PMP question. That's actually how I make PMP question. The problem happen, you identify it, what is the way to solve it, and how we can actually solve it in the way. Okay. So these four documents, risk register, issue log, lesson learned register, and the fourth one is risk report. I want to share the overall risk that has happened. So in that pertinent case, I will share risk report in that context. Okay, the risk report will be shared. These four documents, you will get a question about it for sure in your class, in your exam. So knowing them and working with them is important. Sister, try speaking now. Fatima, try talking now.
Hello, hello, hello.
Yeah,
Can
now
you
you can
see
hear.
me?
Now we can hear you.
Oh,
Please continue.
thank you.
Continue. It's okay. Go ahead.
It's a nightmare. It's a
okay.
nightmare that
It's okay.
the
It's okay.
exam day. I don't want
No, we will not give the
these
exam.
kinds of issues to
We,
be.
we don't. We will not give the exam in home. Okay. So guys, whenever such things happen,
Okay.
Fatima, this is for you. Everyone who is watching, do this with me. Fatima, close your eyes. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath from your nose. Hold it and exhale. Do it two more times, please. One more time. So this is called deep breathing exercise. I hope you feel better. Let's start it, sister.
Yes.
Please go ahead.
Okay, thank you so much for the support. So, so I am starting here I'll start from here from PMP, and in PMP we go for the fundamentals first. In the fundamentals, we have different terminologies and things to learn. That it's organization strategies. In organization strategies, there are portfolios, and in portfolios there are programs, operations, and projects. And in programs, there are multiple projects. In fundamentals, we read about the business case, business management plan, organizations, and in organizations, we have different type of project-oriented operational organizations and metrics, right? In metrics, there are 3 types of metrics: weak, strong, and balanced. It depends on the influence of the project manager. So in organization, there is a PMO, and PMO have all the assets of the company. And there must be 3 types of PMO: controlling, supportive, and directive. It depends upon controlling, like if they control like audit. In audit perspective, they are doing the work. In supporting, they give tools and templates. In directive, they just like order is like do this and do that. Do that type of organization. So after organization, we go to, in fundamentals, we read about environmental effect, and these are maybe PESTEL. In PESTEL, there are the P stands for political, environmental, S for social, technical, and all these type of which may be internal effects. There may be external effects. In fundamentals, we read about some OPA. These are organizational project assets, and in these assets, there are templates to rules and policies, procedures, and necessary procedures and assumptions. So this is all about the PMP. After in PMP, when we have programs and multiple projects, we go through different phases, and the phases are like pre-initiation, initiation, planning, and after planning, we go to the execution, and after execution, we go to the monitoring and control, and we go to the closing side. So one by one, we go to visit each phase of the project. In pre-initiation, there are business case, there is tangible facts are there, and there is business management, benefit management plan. This is intangible facts are there, and need assessments. After pre-initiation, when all is fixed, then we go to the initiation phase, and in initiation phase, there is project charter, where all the project information is logged, and then assumption log, and then we have stakeholder register. After initiation, we go to the planning phase. So there are different type of plannings in planning phase. First, there is stakeholder, then there is risk planning, quality planning, and procurement planning, and communication planning, and there is life cycle planning, which life cycle we're going to use, and there is resource planning. So next, my next partner will elaborate the resource stakeholder planning first. So who's gonna, this is Raza, are you there? Or Yannick? Raza, Yannick, Amya, Rehman, Rajiv, Ahmad, anyone?
Yes.
So who's there?
Yes, Rahman. I'm Rahman. Now coming towards the stakeholder. In stakeholder, firstly we identify the stakeholders, then we prioritize them, then classify them, and then we make the stakeholder management or engagement plan. In the prioritization of stakeholders, can you please go upwards? Yes, in prioritization, we mainly use 3 things: power interest matrix, a cube, and the salience model. And then coming towards the classification of the stakeholders, we classify based on the metrics like high power, high interest, low power, high interest, high power, low interest, and low power, low interest. We use SEAM, which is the stakeholder engagement assessment matrix, in which we categorize them like unaware, resistant, neutral, supportive, and leading. We have external stakeholders, upward and sideward and downward stakeholders. Now coming towards the Agile.
Okay. So Revan, one thing I need to add here, there is this measurement plan also, but we cannot elaborate it. The quality plan is there, procurement plan is there. There's some communication plan after stakeholder, because after stakeholder, we have to build up a communication plan to engage the stakeholders. So before going to Agile, I'm going to elaborate the communication plan. In the communication plan, there are 4 R's. There is right people, right place, and right way, and right impact. And there are 5 W's, where which information, where, when, whom, and the one is how to communicate this information. Then communication plan have different types. The communication has different types. It has push communication, pull communication, interactive. It depends upon the scenario, where is the team located, when we and how we want to engage the stakeholders. And there is a communication medium is there, and any type of interruption in the medium is called noise. And then we make, with all the information, we make the communication management plan, and then implement the communication plan, and then we monitor it. So this is the communication side. And before going to Agile, because Agile is a big part, so I'm just gonna also add some information about resource planning. In the resource, there are different types of resources. There's manpower, there's material, machines, and money. In manpower, there is a team. And for the team, normally we handle the team in the execution part, but normally what we do with the team is to acquire the team, manage the team, train them, and release them, and after releasing, the reward of the team. So this is what we have done in the planning phase, and the main part of the planning phase is the life cycle planning, and Abdurrahman will elaborate the planning life cycle types. So Abdurrahman, are you there?
Yes, I am here. Now, there are basically 2 life cycles. One is the predictive, and the second one is the adaptive life cycle. In predictive, we have the plan driven, or the plan life cycle. Adaptive, we have 3 life cycles: agile, iterative, and incremental. So in predictive, we have a scope baseline, schedule baseline, and cost baseline. Now coming towards the agile, agile has 3 roles and 4 values and multiple practices. Now 3 roles are the product owner, yes, product owner, scrum master, and the development team. Now coming towards the multiple practices, we have Scrum,
Guys, last
Lean,
3
Kanban,
minutes. Last 3 minutes.
Now in Scrum, we have 5 events, 3 roles, and 3 artifacts. 3 roles.
5 events.
Yes. Now 5 events: sprint planning, daily Scrum, sprint review, and retrospective. In sprint planning, we plan the velocity and do the sprint 0. Daily Scrum, we discuss what was done yesterday with what is done, will be done today, and any roadblocks and impediments. Sprint review, we basically review what was done in the completed sprint. If it is rejected, it goes to the product backlog and it gets groomed by the product owner. If it's accepted, and it goes towards the in the product increment. Okay. Now in sprint retrospective, we first set the stage, gather data, then generate insight, and we generate lessons learned or future plans, what to do, and then close the meeting. And sprint artifacts, there are 3 artifacts: product backlog, sprint backlog, and product increment. And product backlog, we have user stories. We basically define the user stories by 3 C's. We write them on the card. communication and what is being communicated and the confirmation. We prioritize the user stories by Moscow, 100-point methods, and high risk, high value and high risk. And we have story points, and we dedicate the story points by ideal hours, affinity method, and Fibonacci series. If to build the consensus for the story points, we use two techniques: planning poker and the white band Delphi.
Time's up. Time's
So,
up, my brother.
This is now there is also in Agile we have information mediators.
Fatima, time's up, sister.
Yes.
When the
Okay.
clock strike 9, it's 9. Okay. You know, with every team, I'm giving you 15 minutes. I give you 15 minutes even after that challenge. But very well coordinated team 5. I have a question. Which team has the best mind map? Put in the chat box. What do you think? And uh, I highly appreciate Najindra one man show. He took entirely alone. No, you cannot vote for yourself. Different. You have to vote for somebody else. Najindra one man took the entire thing. That's very good. Really very well effort. Okay, so what do you think? Who made the best mind map? Okay, I will be ending the live video.